Okay, let's get right into it. You just opened up your IRS account transcript, you're scanning down the codes, and then bam, you see it. Code 810, refund freeze. And your heart just sinks, right? I mean, that word freeze, it sounds so serious, so final. It sounds like your money is gone. We're going to break down exactly what this means, and I promise it's not what you think.
So the very first thing to do right now is take a breath. Seriously, don't panic. I know it's easier said than done when you see a word like freeze next to your refund, but a code 810 does not mean you're getting audited, and it definitely doesn't mean your refund has disappeared into a black hole. It's one of the most stressful codes to see for sure, but it's usually just a standard step in the IRS's automated process.
So, what is it really? Think of it this way. The giant IRS computer system just hit the pause button on your account. That's it. It's a temporary hold. It's a wait a minute, let's double check something moment, not a final decision.
To really get this, we kind of have to change how we think about an IRS transcript. It's not a judgment on you. It's not a report card. This code isn't a punishment. It's just part of the machinery. This right here, this is the whole story. What feels like a final verdict from a judge is really just a processing log, like a computer's diary of every little step it takes. What feels like a punishment is actually a safety brake, the system's way of preventing a mistake. And what feels like the start of a nightmare audit is, almost always, just that temporary pause we're talking about. So here's the textbook definition, translated into plain English. Code 810 is a temporary hold so the system can verify something on your return. The reason this exists is simple. Once the IRS sends that refund out, getting it back is incredibly difficult. So this freeze is a safety measure to make sure all the numbers line up before they send you the money. Okay, so if it's just a pause, what actually triggers it? What makes the system hit that brake? Let's walk through the 3 most common reasons, and you'll see most of these have nothing to do with you doing anything wrong. All right, let's kick it off with number 1. This is probably the most frequent trigger we see. In this day and age, the IRS is on super high alert for identity theft. I mean, billions of dollars are at stake. So if anything about how you filed your return looks even slightly different from past years, their automated fraud filters will catch it and put a temporary hold on things. And what's unusual? Well, it's usually just normal life stuff. Did you move? That's a new address. Did you switch banks? That's a new bank account. Did you file from your new laptop instead of your old desktop? That's a new IP address. These are all things that a computer program designed to spot fraud will flag just to make sure the person filing is actually you. Now let's move on to the second common reason. This one is all about timing and matching data. A big part of your refund comes from how much tax was withheld from your paychecks and what credits you're claiming. If the numbers you put on your return don't instantly match up with the data the IRS has received from, say, your employer, the system will pause until the information syncs up. And honestly, this is often just a simple timing issue. Maybe you filed your return the second you got your W-2, but your employer hadn't officially submitted their data to the IRS yet. But here's a huge one. Claiming large refundable credits. If you claim something like the Earned Income Tax Credit, there's a federal law called the PATH Act. This law legally requires the IRS to hold your entire refund until at least mid-February. So if you filed early, that 810 code isn't a red flag. It's a system following a congressional mandate that affects millions of people. It's a legal hold, not a problem with your return. Okay, and here is our third really common trigger for that 810 code. Now, this one sounds a little scary, but it's usually just an accident. If the IRS system suddenly sees 2 tax returns for the same Social Security number, it's going to freeze everything immediately. It has to avoid making a huge mistake like sending out 2 refunds. How does this happen? Well, maybe you e-filed, got nervous that it didn't go through, so you mailed in a paper copy just to be safe. Or maybe your tax software had a little glitch and sent the return twice. The system's job is to freeze the account, figure out which return is the right one, toss out the duplicate, and then get back to business. So, you've got the 810 code. What now? The key is to keep an eye on your transcript. It's not static, it's a living document. The next codes that show up are the ones that tell you what's happening and how the freeze is being resolved. These are the main characters in the next chapter of your transcript story. Code 811 is your hero. It means the freeze has been lifted. If you see a 971, that just means check your mailbox, because a letter is on the way. A 570 is another type of pause, but a 571 is the good news that the pause is over. And of course, the grand prize is code 846. That's the one that says your refund is scheduled and on its way. Okay, everybody lean in. If you remember one thing and only one thing from this entire explainer, please let it be this. Code 810 is not the audit code. I repeat, it is not the audit code. If the IRS is actually launching a formal audit of your return, the code you would see is 4204, Examination of Tax Return. A freeze is a pause. An audit is an investigation. They are two completely different things. Knowing this will save you so much stress. Now that we know what's going on, let's talk about what not to do. It's so easy to react out of panic, but that can actually make things take even longer. I get it. Your first instinct is to do something, anything. But please, do not file another return hoping to push it through. That will only confuse the system more. Don't rush to amend your return out of fear unless you are 100% positive you made a major error. Calling the IRS every single day won't speed it up. The person on the phone is looking at the exact same transcript you are. And most of all, try not to let your mind spiral into the worst-case scenario. Odds are this is all just procedural. So, let's just recap our calm, cool, and collected game plan. First, know that Code 810 is just a pause, not a final verdict. Second, recognize that the triggers are usually just routine system checks. Your job is to simply keep an eye on your transcript for those new codes and watch your physical mailbox for a letter. That's it. See, by understanding what these codes mean, you've changed the game. You're no longer just a worried taxpayer staring at a scary word. You're an informed observer who can read the log. You can see the process playing out. So take another look at that transcript. Now that you can speak the language, what is it really telling you?